Okay. Okay, there we go. Okay. Morning, everybody. So, and sorry, my screen is doing something weird. Okay. So last week was, I'm trying to be where I can see everybody. So last week was the full moon in July, which in India signifies the I don't know, it's not really a holiday, I guess, let's call it a holiday, called Guru Purnimah, which is the day that you celebrate your teachers. And it's a day to honor your teachers and celebrate, like whatever lineage you've been a part of. So we were in the midst of the koshas, which is I was teaching on, so I didn't want to interrupt that. So I'm just bringing Guru Purnima this week instead. So in yoga, we have this idea. So, there was a tradition in yoga of following a guru for many years, and there still is that tradition in some schools of yoga. And then there's other schools of yoga that say, well, yes, you can follow a particular guru and a lineage and path. And in some ways, we do that here. But there's also this idea of the guru principle rather than a guru as a specific embodied being. And so the guru principle says that life is your teacher, that all of life is your teacher, that, that the wisdom that is flowing to you is always flowing to you, right? The truth of the universe is always coming to you. And it can take the form of, sure, a particular being in a particular body, but it can also take the form of all sorts of other things. So I don't even know where this came from, but somebody sent this to me, and I think it encapsulates this idea really beautifully. So I'm going to read it to you. Anything that annoys you is for teaching you patience. Anyone who abandons you is for teaching you how to stand on your own 2 feet. Anything that angers you is for teaching you forgiveness and compassion. Anything that hurts you is for teaching your heart to soften. Anything that has power over you is for teaching you how to take your power back. Anything you hate is for teaching you unconditional love. Anything you fear is for teaching you courage. Anything you can't control is for teaching you how to let go and trust the universe. So that's the idea, that whatever is coming to you is your teacher. What is it that you can learn from it? And there's a sort of a paradigm shift when you're able to do that when something shows up for you, a person who, look, the teacher can show up in the form of some kind and generous and lovely, wise person who's there to help you. And that's lovely, and appreciate that. And, yes, and let's give thanks and blessings and gratitude to those people in our lives. But we can also, there's this paradigm shift that happens when it's someone showing up who is not doing those things, when someone's showing up in your life who is triggering you, who is, pushing a button for you, or a situation that's doing that. This morning, my 12-year-old's bus route for camp changed. The bus came late. It's a different bus, different people on the bus. He needs a minute with transitions, this particular person. And, and so he's having a fit this morning, basically, is what's going down, because it's a Monday and it's new. And, and we just found out like this morning, anyway, it doesn't matter. It happened very quickly. He didn't have time to process, and I said to him, you can look at this as, woe is me. This is this thing that's happening to me and I hate it and I don't want it. And I'm going to just sit here and cry about it. Or you can say, this is the thing that's happening to me. I don't like it. I'm angry about it for the moment. And now what am I going to do so that I can be with this situation that's not going to change? This is the reality. You're going to camp today. You want to go to camp. You love camp, So what is the, and there's now, was he able to do that? Not really. But, hopefully he heard it on some level, because the reality is that, whatever it is that's showing up for us, a person, someone on TV, someone in politics, someone on Route 17 who's cutting off, whatever it is, whatever's showing up in that moment, we can view it as, woe is me, here I am, this is happening to me, which it is, nothing's changing that. reality is reality. But what is this here to teach me? What am I going to take from this today? Because then it flips the whole thing, you know. And instead of being the victim of your circumstances, you are a participant in your story and the way that it's being written. And how do you want it to be written, you know? And that's a really powerful way to come at your life. I'll be honest, I was raised in an environment that was very much the woe is me victim mentality. My parents are wonderful. Really, they're wonderful, lovely people. It was just, that was their whatever, how they were raised, really. And it took me a long time to realize, like, oh, I can shift that narrative. I don't have to, that doesn't have to be my story. It's still my knee jerk. It's still my reflexive reaction often. And I have to be like, yep, nope, that's not the story I want to write, And so this idea of the guru principle says, what am I going to learn from this? What has this come to teach me today? And sometimes those lessons are really hard and they're really painful and you don't want them. I don't want that lesson, but the universe is teaching it to you for some reason or another, So whatever that is for you today, whatever person, whatever, circumstance, whatever thing is showing up, my invitation to you is to let it be your teacher, whatever it is that it's showing up to teach you today. All right, so let's close our eyes and sit up nice and tall. So maybe something came to mind already. Maybe you're clear on what it is that's showing up to teach you today. Maybe it's something more elusive that requires a little more digging. Maybe it's just, oh, life is really good and I need to appreciate it. I'm not appreciating the beauty that's flowing to me right now, the goodness that's flowing to me, the love that's flowing to me. Maybe that's the lesson. I hope it is. I hope it is for all of you. But for whatever it is, just open yourself up to whatever the universe wants to teach you today. Often it's the same lesson. I know that the universe keeps throwing the same ones at me. Yep, I know this one. Just remember what it is you need to learn. And shift the paradigm so that you are a co-creator of your own experience and not a victim of your circumstance. Bring your hands together in front of your heart. And let's begin with our chant. So 3 ohms together and then 3 times through Om Namah Shivaya. And we end with an Om. If you'd like to join, take a deep breath in. Shivaya Ave Satchitananda Vartaye Ishvara Panchaya Shantaya Maya Tejase Namah Shivaya Satchitananda Vartaye Ishvara Panchaya Shantaya Maya Tejase Namah Shivaya Ave Satchitananda Vartaye Ishvara Panchaya Shantaya Maya Tejase. Bow your head to your heart. And as you're ready, release your hands. Let your eyes open. Okay, I'm going to start on hands and knees. Come to tabletop. All right, start with some cat and cow breaths. Inhaling and arching, that's it. Exhaling and rounding, just flowing back and forth with breath. Sometimes, we warm up with this movement a lot, and there's different ways we engage with it. But for today, let the breath be the guide. So wait for the inhale to arch, wait for the exhale to round. Lighter with your hands, Carolyn, and you'll have a little more room for your shoulders then. Yeah. The breath can be our teacher. It tells us a lot, how we're breathing, the pace of the breath, the quality of the breath. So just pay attention. How is the breath showing up today? One more breath in and out. And then come to neutral. Bring your knees a little closer. Take your right leg up behind you and then circle your leg. So bring it forward and then send it way up and back and then way out to the side. So just a big sweeping circle, like you're drawing a circle in the air with your knee. And then change the direction, go the other way. Circle forward and then out and back. One more big circle. And as the foot comes forward, just step it outside your hands. That's it. And then just circle your hips here a few times. So shift now, imagine. So we were like sort of drawing a circle with the knee. Now you're drawing a circle with your behind. Circle the hips around. Send the hips way out to the side. Bend into the front knee, maybe straighten the leg a little bit. Keep it moving, moving with breath. All right, good. And next time your weight is forward, heel toe your foot a little more to center. So maybe between your hands now, and then squeeze your legs together. Inhale, take your arms up. So maybe not the deepest lunge you've ever done. Just be gentle with yourself here. Ease into the pose. Think length first. So lift up, get taller out of the pelvis. And then if it feels like the hips want to sink a little bit, make it an active movement by pulling your right heel towards your right sit bone. So the right hamstring fires up a little bit. Then maybe pull your shoulders and arms back a little more. Exhale, take your hands down. Shift your hips back. So hip over knee. Don't slide the hip to the heel. Keep the hip over the knee and then slide your right heel out in front of you. Come up onto your heel. You can always put hands on blocks here if the hamstrings feel really tight. You can go hands on blocks. All right, good. Level off your hips. So that right hip is going to want to hike forward and up. So drop back and down slightly. Press forward through your toes and then fold over your leg. Really, this lesson of the guru principle just tells us we are our own teachers. Things show up in our awareness and our experience, and it's up to us to make meaning and purpose out of whatever's showing up. And we can choose to do that, or we can choose not to. Okay, shift your weight forward again. So rebend the front knee. Bring your hands back inside the front foot. Kickstand your back leg. So swing it back to the left behind you. And then walk your hands on a diagonal. So your hands are going to the upper left corner as your knee is pressing over to the right. So don't take your knee with you. Press your right knee over to the right. Walk your hands over to the left. And then push your behind back behind you. Push your inner thighs back behind you. Yes, widen out your inner thighs. Create a spaciousness in your pelvis, in the hips. Take a deep breath that goes all the way down into your pelvis and a long, slow exhale out. All right, walk your hands back in. Swing that leg back and come back to tabletop. Sit back into child's pose for a moment. Drop your elbows to the floor. And then with your palms facing down, just lift and lower your hands a few times, stretching out the wrists. So lift the hands and spread the fingers, and then exhale and press your hands down. And then inhale and lift up, press your wrists down, but lift your fingers up. That's it. And then exhale, hands down. And do one more like that, just a little stretch for the forearms and the fingers. So lift them up, Carol. Wrists down. No, wrist like that. Good. And then hands down. Okay. And then come on back up to tabletop. So skew to the wider side with your hands, especially earlier in the practice, so that your shoulders can move a little bit more. Here, in this position, the shoulders tend to hike up if we're narrow and up towards the ears, and we close down the chest. So just skew to the wider side as you're setting up. And then left leg back behind you, and we'll circle. Big sweeping circle. Get the leg way out to the side and as high up as you can. That's it. Yeah, like a big fire hydrant leg. And then circle around the other way. And we're always doing things in yoga to break us out of our habits, whether it's the way we're circling our legs or the way we're thinking about a particular situation. Every time you're asked to do something like that with your body, next time your knee comes forward, step the foot forward, and then circle your hips. So next time you're asked to do something like that, cross your legs the other way, lace your fingers the other way, all these things that we do in yoga to break us of postural and physical habits. You can perhaps use that as the reminder that we can break the internal habits as well of how we see things. Circle your hips the other way. You can break those internal habits of being the victim or the woe is me. I mean, be there for a minute, stuff happens, it's hard. You can feel bad for yourself for a second. Just don't stay there. All right, next time your knee is bent, stay there, heel toe a little closer together. And then inhale your arms up to the sky for a lunge. You got it. Squeeze your legs in for balance, lengthen out of your pelvis. So get tall through your torso. And then if you want to sit deeper, do it actively. Pull, don't just let your hips collapse forward. Pull your left heel towards your left sit bone so that the left hamstring is firing up, and keep lifting up out of your pelvis. Good. Exhale, hands down. Shift your right hip back over your right knee, not over the heel, but over the knee. Slide your left heel out in front. Come up onto your heel. Spread out your toes. Fold over the leg. Maybe someone came to mind who was a teacher or a mentor for you, who helped you to embody more fully or realize within yourself something you needed to learn. And that's really what the teachers do. There is a little bit of giving of information, but much of the time it's just about waking up what's already there, helping you see what's already inside of you. One more breath here. Okay, then rebend the front knee. Kickstand the back leg, swing it back behind you. Keep your knee over your ankle, left knee over ankle. Walk your hands to the upper right corner. Press your left knee towards the upper left corner. Push your butt back behind you. Instead of bringing your weight forward into your hands, shift your hips back. Use your hands to sort of push yourself back and broaden out your pelvis. You have two pelvic bones, a right side and a left side. And when we do this action, we're actually helping them to open up, and which releases some space around the lower spine, which fits into the base of the pelvis. So feel that freedom in your spine here. All right, walk your hands back underneath your shoulders, swing your leg back behind you. Drop back into child's pose one more time, one more little wrist warm up, this time palms up, elbows to the floor. And then it's make a fist, press your wrists down, but peel your hands up. So wrist down, hands up, and then open out. And then make a fist, stretch the back of the wrist, and then open up. And just do a couple more like that, your pace. Yep, feeling a stretch in the forearms and the back of the wrist. Good. Sit back and stretch your arms out into an extended child's pose now. Lengthening from your hips to your armpits to your fingertips. And then inhale and come on up to tabletop and find your way to downward facing dog. Knees and hips up. Take this first dog to be your doggy warm up, pedal your feet, shift your hips, whatever you like to do. All right, and then inhale and come forward to plank. And we're gonna come down onto the belly. You can always put your knees down first or just lower straight down into a chaturanga low push-up. All right, bring your arms back behind you, palms up, forehead or chin on the floor. Hug your legs in towards each other. They don't have to be touching, but we don't want them splaying apart. So hug them in, tone your legs and your glutes. And then breathe in and lift up, lift your shoulders and your head up. Good, feel how your shoulders are higher than your hands here. Turn your palms down for a moment. So push your hands into the floor, lift your shoulders a little higher. Good, then lift your hands up without letting your shoulders round. So keep your shoulders higher than your hands. Push your belly to the floor, lift everything up a little higher. Good, exhale and release, turn your cheek over to the side. Same pose, you can do it with your arms by your sides, or you can lace your fingers together behind your back. Legs strong, glutes strong, lift your head and your shoulders. Squeeze your shoulders, elbows towards each other behind you, stretch your arms out and lift everything up, feet too this time. That's it. Root your tailbone and your pubic bone down into the floor and lift everything up a little bit higher. Good, exhale and release, cheek to the other side. Rest your head on your hands. Good, slide your right knee out to the right. It's like a tree leg, but keep the, but open up the knee. So bring your heel in line with your knee. So instead of having your toes to your left inner thigh, bring your right foot in line with your right knee. So your right leg is more at a right angle. Yeah, so just bring your heel forward this way. So your right leg is at a right angle. Slide your foot out. Like that. Good. Press your knee down. It's not wrong the other way. It's just you get a little bit more, you'll get more engagement in the hip this way. Okay. Push your inner foot down, inner knee down. And then feel how your inner thigh is lifting up and draw your sit bone down towards the floor. Try to close that space underneath the inner thigh. It won't close, but you're toning your glute and you're working your glute towards the floor, tailbone down. Okay, now slide your hands under your shoulders. Cobra arms. Hug your elbows in, hug your shoulder blades in. Keep your pelvis level and lift up any amount. You can lift a little or lift a lot. Shouldn't feel pinching in your back. If you feel pinching in your back, come down a little bit lower. Good. Move the back bend into the upper back. Tone your belly, pull your shoulders back. That's it. Exhale, release. Slide that leg out. Rest your head. Left knee out to the left. Right angle with the left leg. So again, instead of having the toes to the inner thigh, just have the leg at a right angle. Yeah, draw the knee up as high as you can. Press your inner knee to the floor. Big toe side of your foot to the floor. And then your left sit bone towards the floor. Breathe here for a moment. Just thinking of closing that space between your inner thigh and the floor. And then slide your hands under your shoulders. Squeeze your elbows in, shoulder blades in, lift your head. Maybe this is enough, right? Maybe this is a lot. Stay here. If you want to lift up a little bit more, you can. Keep your pelvis heavy, hips heavy, especially the left hip. That's it. One more breath. Nice. Release down. Slide the legs out straight. Downward facing dog, lift up and back. All right, we're going to do some circles with the leg here. We did it in tabletop, so if that's a better way for you to do it, you can drop the left knee down, but we're going to lift up the right leg and circle the right leg around. Yeah, that's good, Donna. Give yourself some space there. Big sweeping circle with the right knee. Come forward towards the elbows and then swing your leg back behind you, way out to the side. Yep, big movement with the leg. If you need to put your left knee down, put your left knee down. Okay, good. Now land that right ankle in front of your left knee, over your left knee like a figure four leg. Cross your ankle over, flex your foot. That's it. Now put a little bend into your left knee so you're not putting any pressure into your left knee. If you can be above the knee, great. If not, of course, just be below the knee. That's fine. Okay, now shift forward to plank, shoulders over wrists. Your right knee is going to want to drop. Don't let it. Lift it up, lift it up, lift it up, lift it up, out to the side. Good. Exhale back. Press your knee back. Inhale forward. Lift your knee, lift your knee, lift your knee, lift your knee. That's it. Right knee to the right. Exhale back. One more time. Come forward and lift your knee. Good. Exhale, go back. Uncross. Drop your knees down. Sit back into child's pose. Rest your head. Squeeze out the wrists if you need to. Okay, second side. Find your way back to dog. Left leg up, big circles. Come forward towards plank, knee towards the elbows, and then way out to the side and sweep it around. Big movements. One more big circle. Good. And then cross the ankle over the knee. Above the knee if you can. Below if you can't, that's fine. Little bend in the right knee so you're not putting pressure into the back of the right knee. Flex your left foot. Inhale, float to plank, shoulders over wrists. Lift your knee, lift your knee, lift your knee. Good. Exhale, go back. Inhale, come forward. Keep pressing, lifting the left knee up. As you go back to dog, press the left knee back behind you. Right heel down. Do one more. Knee up, knee up, knee up, knee up, knee up. And back. Good. And uncross. Good. We're going to come forward to Uttanasana. I know we need a rest, but come forward. Yeah. Okay. And then let's take a little wrist stretch, wrist release here. So you're going to lift up your foot and tuck your hand underneath. If you can, get your toes all the way into the wrist crease. You may need to bend your knees a lot to do that. And you could do one hand at a time, do one and then the other, or you can do both together. So if you need more stability, do one at a time if it feels too wobbly, but see if you can get your toes all the way into the crease of your wrist. So tuck as far under as you can, standing on your hands, and then push your toes down into your wrist. And then at the same time, have a sense that you're trying to pull your hands out from underneath your feet. So you're pulling your hands forward, so you're getting a little stretch in the back of the wrist. One more breath here. Good. Slowly look forward first, and then just slowly release your hands from underneath. Lengthen your spine and come on all the way up. Reach up and stretch up. Good. Clasp your right wrist. Lean to the left. Inhale, come on up. Switch sides, clasp left. Lean to the right. Good. Inhale, come up and let your arms float down. Okay, we're going to go into a standing hip stretch. So it's this pose. So we're on one leg. If balance is a challenge, I'd rather you get a good hip stretch and just take the balance out of it so you can go to a wall or a post or something if you need help with the balance so that you can get a good hip stretch. Okay, bend your knees, poke your hips back, rest your hands on your thighs. Lengthen your spine. Push your thigh bones back behind you. Shift your weight over to your left foot, cross your right ankle on top. Flex your foot. That's it. Then you can stay here more upright, or you can take it a little lower. You can go elbows onto the shin. You can go elbows in front of the shin. You can go hands to the floor. Any one of those is an option. Keep pressing, just like we did with the knee across the ankle in dog, press the knee down towards the floor. Push your inner thighs back and wide. Imagine you're broadening your sit bones away from each other. Take one more breath. Good. Come on up. Take a moment, just pause, land into your feet. And then hands to your thighs, shift your hips back. Get your hips really back behind you. So instead of letting the knees come forward, really feel like you're sticking your butt back. And then weight, which foot? Weight onto the right foot. Cross your left ankle on top. Flex and flare out your toes. Good. You can be here, upright. You can be forearms to the shins. You can be in front. You can be hands to floor, any one of those. But you're pressing your left knee down towards the floor. And you can be running that same old narrative, which is, why can't I balance? Why do I feel wobbly? Why does this knee hurt? Whatever, all of those things. Or you can be here saying, what is this pose teaching me? And maybe it's teaching you that you shouldn't do this pose balancing, or maybe it's teaching you that your hip is really tight, or right? Whatever it is, it doesn't matter, but there's something to learn. One more breath. Good. Inhale, come on up. All right. Come to the front of your mat. My middle son always says when he's struggling with having a challenge with a friend or a girlfriend, he says, everyone comes to you either as a blessing or a lesson. It's the same thing. Everything that comes to you, it's a blessing or a lesson. Stand, Samastitihi, Tadasana, hands at your heart. Deep breath in. Long breath out. Inhale, sweep your arms to the sky. Exhale, fold from your hips. Make your way back to dog pose, however you want to get there. Step, hop, jump. You want to move through a vinyasa, you can do that. Plank, low push-up, chaturanga, cobra or up dog, back to down dog. You can always just take a rest or hold in child's pose or in dog pose if moving more is not the right thing for today. Okay, sweep your right leg up to the sky. Bend your knee and open your hip. Twist right. Look under the right armpit. Lift your right knee up high. Then inhale, step it all the way up between your hands and come to warrior two. Bend your right knee over your ankle. Left leg strong. Line up your shoulders over your hips. That's it. Try to relax through the tops of your shoulders and stretch out long through your arms. Okay, from here, we're going to keep the legs as they are. We're going to go into warrior dog. So the legs are going to stay. The hands are going to come down inside the front foot. Don't take the knee with you. Keep the knee pressing wide. Walk your hands out on a diagonal. So your right knee and your arms are pressing in opposite directions away from each other. And same thing as when we were on our knee and we did this pose, which we did. You're not letting the weight dump into your hands. Keep pushing your hips back behind you so you're getting the hip stretch. Okay, one more breath here. Now, keep walking in the direction you're going in your upper body. Walk to the center, parallel your feet for Prasarita Padottanasana. Bend your knees a little bit, look forward. Bring your hands behind your back and lace your fingers together. Stretch your arms straight up overhead. Straighten your legs and fold. Of course, if there's a lot of pulling in the back of the legs, keep your knees a little bent. Okay, now do some shoulder blade flossing. Let your shoulders drop towards your ears and then slide your shoulder blades up your back. And then let your arms come overhead. Let your shoulders drop towards your ears. Fold a little more and then slide them up. And then do one more. That's it. And then land with your arms reaching overhead towards the floor behind your back. Let your head and your neck release. Good. Exhale and release your hands. Take a breath in your forward bend. And then walk back to the front of your mat and step back to dog. Hold in your dog, rest if you need, or flow through vinyasa. Okay, dog split, left leg up, bend your knee, open your hip. Keep pushing out through your right arm, especially it's going to want to kind of collapse down. Keep pushing through the right arm, lift the knee, twist open, look under the armpit. Good, big step forward, warrior two. As you land your foot, make sure your heel lines up with the instep, left heel to right instep so that you can keep that front knee in alignment. The left knee landing right over your ankle. Lengthen up out of your pelvis. That's it. Then keep that length, warrior dog. So hands cartwheel down inside the front foot. And then the knee presses over to the left as your hands walk a little bit to the right. Push your butt back behind you. Imagine the two sides of your pelvis widening, right to the right, left to the left. Releasing around the base of your spine, your sacrum, so that your spine can stretch a little bit longer. One more breath here. And then walk to center, straighten both legs. Okay, bend your knees, look forward. Hands behind your back, lace the fingers the other way. Other pinky on top, other thumb on the bottom. So still palms together, just switching the lace. Good, stretch your arms overhead, stretch your legs out straight. And then floss the shoulder blades here a little bit. Slide them up your back, look forward a little bit, slide them down the back, shoulders towards the ears, let your head round. Just up and down a few times. Lift your head. Get some movement in the shoulders. And again, as we've switched the cross of the hands in this non-habitual way, it's the way that feels weird, right? Because we wouldn't have done it this way the first time without being told to. We can shift the thinking. Shift our brains out of the habit of thinking that we are the victim of our circumstances. One breath to just hold, reach your arms overhead, release your head down towards the floor, and then release your hands down. And walk back to the front of your mat and back to downward facing dog. Good, if you need a rest, take a rest. If you want to move, come through vinyasa. Okay, we're gonna come back to warrior two. If you wanna come from dog split, you can, or you can just step up, right foot forward. Back up into warrior two. Take time to line up your feet. Again, heel to instep. Okay, then you're gonna take your left arm, so you can just rest your right hand on your right thigh for a moment. Left arm is back behind you. Get long in the left side body, so lengthen from the hip to the armpit so the shoulder lifts a little bit, and then turn your hand backwards, turn your palm backwards behind you. Good, then swing your arm behind your back, and you can either take your hand to the back of your pelvis, or if you can, sorry, I'll do this arm, you can try to reach the top of your thigh and catch the top of your thigh with your left hand, then right arm out in front, like that. And if your arm doesn't reach or your shoulder's not happy in that position, then just have your hand behind your back. Use your hand on your thigh to create a more external rotation in that front leg. Draw the hip down slightly. Okay, we're gonna straighten the front leg. Keep your back hand behind you, this left arm behind you. And then use your hand to pull the outer hip back as you reach your arm out in front for Trikonasana. Land your right hand to your ankle or a block or the floor. Good, get your legs nice and strong. Now pivot your body, your upper body to look up. Move your left shoulder back, lean your head back. Yes, nice, you guys. Yep. Okay, we're gonna take it into half moon pose. You're gonna keep your hand behind your back if you can. Look down and forward. Step in with your left foot. Take your right hand out in front, float up your left leg. That right hand can land onto a block, of course. Move the block out in front of you so you have a little bit of space between foot and hand. You want your shoulder over your wrist and your thigh over your ankle. That's it. Use your hand behind your back to pull that hip back, move your top shoulder back. Yeah, then let that top arm just unfurl, reach up, stretch up with the left arm. Good, and then big step back, downward facing dog. Good. Again, rest in dog or take a vinyasa. You know, we can look at every pose as a teacher. Every pose has something to teach us. Not always gentle lessons to learn. Left foot forward for warrior two. If you want to come from split, that's fine, or just step it right up. Rest your left hand on your left thigh. Take your right arm back behind you. Good. Get long from your right hip to your right armpit. Lift up, spin your hand around, sweep your hand behind your back. Hook the top of your thigh if you can, or just bring the back of your hand to the back of your pelvis. Yep, then left arm out in front. Good. Shoulders right over the hips, gazing over the left fingertips. Good. Straighten your left leg, using your hand to pull your left hip back and shift your weight forward. Reach out over your left leg. Land your left hand wherever it wants to land. Keep your spine long. Turn your belly a little bit more from left to right. Move your right shoulder and your head back a little bit more. And then bring your weight to your left foot. Keep using your right hand on the hip to draw the hip back as you shift forward into Ardha Chandrasana. Take your hand out in front of you, left hand out. Left hip back. Right hip over left, right shoulder over left. Find your balance and then just unfurl, open the top arm to the sky. Stretch out fully into the pose. Legs, arms. Good. And then step back, downward facing dog. All right, hold in your dog or come through a vinyasa. Okay. We're going to step the right foot up into a lunge. So the back heel is going to stay up. Step your right foot up between your hands. Do a nice long lunge. Bring your hands inside the front foot. So over to the left. Good. Take your right hand behind your right calf muscle from the inside if you can. Go on the inside. So it's like this. I'll give this view. So you're inside your leg, pushing the calf forward because you're going to try to snuggle your shoulder underneath. Then you're going to stretch your right arm out to the right like an airplane arm, and you're going to look forward. Squeeze your leg and your arm together. Lift your shoulder up into your thigh. Squeeze your thigh to your shoulder. Stay there, or take your left arm out in front, out to the side rather. Stay there or wrap both arms behind your back. Any version, that's it. All right, release your hands. Switch your feet. And step back to dog or step forward and step back, whatever's easier. Both hands over to the right. Hand behind your left calf, push it forward. Round your spine, pull your navel to your spine. Let your abdominals do some of the work here, you guys. Push your your right thigh bone up towards the sky. Then stretch your left arm out to the left. Push your shoulder out into your leg. Maybe right arm to the right. Maybe hands behind the back. Any one of those variations works. Keep it within your scope of practice and what's reasonable for your body. All right, exhale and release your hands. Step back to dog. All right, drop down to tabletop. So we're going to come to bound Parshvakonasana. I'm going to show you, I just want you to see as we come into it. I know many of you know this, but bear with me. So similar thing, we're going to go back heel on the floor though, and I'm giving you the back view. Calf comes forward. I'm toning my belly to round in and get my shoulder as far under the leg as I can. Then arm behind, and then I spin it around and I reach for the hand. So I've dove down like this to get my arms behind. Then once I have it, then I'm working to stack shoulders and hips here. Now, if you can't reach, if this is not viable for a shoulder, you're holding a strap in this hand. This arm goes under and you're holding here, and that's fine. You want to avoid this, right? Because that's not going to do much for your shoulder or your hip. You want to try to get a stretch for the shoulder and the hip. So around the leg, use as much strap as you need to. So let's step up, right foot forward into warrior two. If you're going to use your strap, have your strap in your left hand. Okay. Good. Bend into your right knee. Bring your right hand underneath the calf muscle. Behind the calf muscle, underneath your thigh. Push your calf forward. Snuggle your right shoulder under. So do a little rounding to get the shoulder under. Then sweep your hand behind your back. Spin it around. Reach for your left hand or the strap. So you're dropping the strap into your right hand from your left hand. That's it. Yeah, that's it, Rachel. Just give yourself a little more. You're right there. You're literally like, yeah, there you go. You got it. Nice, Carolyn. That's it. Okay, then once you've got it, lean back. Lean your shoulder back, top shoulder back. Squeeze your leg to your arm and your arm to your leg. Yes, like that, Juliana. Good. Good. One more breath here, you guys. Okay, and release the strap or your hands. Hands to the floor. Step back to dog. Just take a rest for a moment. Nice. What questions do you have? Does that all make sense? Even though, here's the thing, if it's not like totally working out in your body yet, it might be that your body's not ready to go there. That's okay, but it needs to make sense in your brain in order to get the body on board. So if there's something I can help with in that way, you let me know. Okay, second side, left foot forward. Hold your strap in your right hand if you're using the strap. Good, bend your right knee. Nope, left knee. Sorry, left knee. Push your calf forward with your left hand. Round your spine. Get your shoulder as deeply under your leg as you can, and then sweep the left arm around behind you. Clasp your right wrist or reach for the strap. It's there, Carol, you got it. Good, go around the leg, not between your legs. It's right there, Juliana, you got it. Yeah, that's it. Then squeeze the leg to the arm, arm to the leg. Yeah, so walk this hand, hang on, let go for a second. Bring this arm back behind you here. Good, walk this hand down. So your arm, yep, hang on, bend your elbow, hold here. There you go, shoulder back, that's it. Yes, nice, you guys. One more breath. Okay, and then let it go. Good, then you get more of a hip stretch and a shoulder stretch, yeah? Yeah, okay, good, back to dog. Okay, drop down to tabletop. Okay, we're gonna take a block. Michael, you are in the middle of the earlier class. Do you want to be in the middle of this class? No? Okay, I'm not sure what's happening right now. Okay, take your right foot. We're going to put the block here. Okay. We're going to put the block in front. And we're going to step your right foot up onto a block. If you don't have a block, of course, you could do this just with your foot on the floor. It's just going to give you a little bit of a deeper hip stretch with the foot up on the block. That's it. Okay, hands on hips. Squeeze your legs towards each other. Okay, now pull your right heel toward your right sit bone. Roll your shoulders back a little bit. Good, you could be here or you could go arms up. Yeah. Try not to collapse with gravity. Do a pull of the heel to the sit bone. Okay, now hands over to the inside the foot. And a couple of options. You can walk your hands out like another warrior dog. We've been here already, just a little deeper stretch with the foot up, or you can come to your elbows. You can always kickstand that back leg a little if you need to. And if the elbows don't reach down, just keep the elbows lifted up. Of course, much deeper hip stretch with the foot up on a block. That's it. Yeah. All right, lift back up, walk your hands back underneath your shoulders. We're gonna take this into pigeon. So you're gonna step off your block, heel toe your foot over to the left. Now you can take your block and move it underneath your right hip, which is what I'm gonna do so that my leg can stay in this right angle position and my knee can stay relatively happy. You're going to get a much deeper hip stretch if you keep the knee in this right angle position, even if the hips are high. And that's the goal for this pose. Yep, take it up higher if you need to. And then walk your elbows out in front. Nice. Yeah, does that feel okay? Yeah. You can prop it right under your right butt cheek. And then right foot is flexed and you're pushing the right foot down into the floor. Let your shoulders soften, your head, your jaw soften. And you can let your hip be heavy on the block here. But keep extending your left leg behind you. So a little more energy in that left leg reaching back. All right, one more breath here. Okay, lift back up into your hands. Mindfully, slowly find your way out. We'll start with the foot on the block, left foot on the block in front. Starting in the lunge, take your time. Good. Nice long space between your front heel and your back knee. So as you sit into this front knee, you're getting a nice deep stretch for the hip flexor or the right hip flexor. Tone your glutes, your tailbone, draw your tailbone down and tone your pelvic floor. Inhale, arms up. If you're sitting deeper into the front knee, again, pull your heel to your sit bone. It's not just a passive release to gravity. You're actively pulling that heel to the sit bone. Maybe a little deeper back bend. We haven't done a lot of back bends today. Here's your moment if you need a back bend today. All right, hands down over to the right. Again, you can go to this position, sort of like the warrior dog. You can come to elbows. Of course, you can put your elbows on a block. Get your elbows as low as you can. A little deeper stretch for the hip with the foot up on the block. Keep a little resistance in the top of your right thigh. So the right thigh is pressing back behind you, even as you're sitting into the front knee. All right. Come on up. We are shifting to pigeon. So come off the block. Slide it back. And you could use it or not use it. You don't have to. Of course, if your hips are more open than mine, just say a little prayer of gratitude. Thank you. Slide the block over if you're using the block. Land your left hip onto it. Stretch your right leg back behind you. That's it. And again, if you can keep this knee more open, more in the like a right angle position, you're going to get a deeper hip stretch. And again, that's what we're looking for here. Okay, elbows down. Keep extending back through your right leg. I don't know what happened to the music. Doesn't seem to be cooperating. Okay. All right, one more breath here. Walk your hands under your shoulders, come on up and come out however it's reasonable for you to come out. Make your way to downward facing dog. And then from dog, make your way to Uttanasana, forward bend. Lengthen your spine and rise up with your breath. Exhale, hands to heart. Okay, we're going to go over to the wall and bring a strap with you. We're going to bring the mat and a strap, short side of the mat to the wall. We can fit people up here. Yeah, we're not such a big class, so plenty of space for everybody. Yeah, bring your mat over, Julia. Yeah. Okay. I think we'll be okay with the windows. Okay, here's what we're doing. Watch me. We're going to work on Bird of Paradise, which is a big pose, but we're going to use the wall for help. So I'm going to step. So here's the first thing. My standing leg foot is pointing in the same direction as my face. My toes on the wall are pointing up towards the ceiling. Then I'm going to work my shoulder. So we've done this a bunch of times. It's actually easier with the leg up like this. We're going to get the shoulder in front. I'm going to wrap my arm around the back. I'm going to clasp the wrist. Of course, you can use a strap to do this as we've been doing all practice. Okay, then I'm going to heel toe in a little closer. I'm going to stand up as tall as I can. And maybe this is your pose. Maybe you're going to work on balance a little bit. So you'll just take the toes off the wall. Maybe you'll work on straightening out that leg. You can also work on straightening out that leg, sliding it up the wall. Any one of those versions. Let's give it a go. We're going to go right foot on the wall. So if you're using a strap, hold the strap in your left hand. Step your right foot up onto the wall as high as you can. Stand as close to the wall as you can. So your right knee is bent. Scoot in as close to the wall as you can. Your left foot is pointing at the long edge of your mat. Your right toes are pointing towards the ceiling. Okay, now lean forward inside your right leg. Work your right arm inside to your inner thigh, and then wrap your arm around your right leg behind your back. And then find your strap or find your fingers behind you. That's it. That's it. Yes. Now squeeze your leg and your arm together. Stand up nice and tall. Ah, there you go. And then maybe just hang out here because this is a lot already. Maybe walk your foot off the wall. Maybe heel toe your standing leg in a little closer, work on a little balance. Yeah. That's it. One more breath, whatever you're doing. Okay. And release your hands and release your foot. Well done. Good. That's the pose.
Should stay under as much as possible.
Yeah. So, you want to be, you don't want to be, so if you're between your legs, I mean, it's like, it's not the worst thing, but you're not getting that stretch. You really want to be around your leg, like you're holding your leg, because then eventually, okay, you might have to heel toe in a little bit. Eventually the pose is here, holding the leg. And if you're between your legs just kind of hanging out there. So your arm should be sort of holding your leg. Okay. Left foot on the wall, toes towards the ceiling. Bring your left arm inside your left leg. What's happening? That's it. Then wrap it around. Yeah, that's it, Carolyn. Yeah. Can you bend this elbow? So bend it closer. Go around your leg. There it is. There it is. Yes, good. Squeeze your leg and your arm together. Stand up nice and tall. Yeah, underneath. This arm goes under. There it is. That's it. Squeeze your leg and your arm. Maybe come on your tippy toes. Stand up tall. That's it. Yes. Okay, good. And then release and let it go. Okay, nice. Do a little march out. Ooh, Lois, I don't know what's happening there. That was some kind of funky pose. All right, we'll do a little march out. Okay, we're at the wall. Let's take a moment for inversion. You can do legs up the wall. You need a little break. You're done. Just legs up the wall. Take a breath. You want to do a headstand, a handstand, forearm stand, any of the upside down things. Go for it. If you need a tutorial, call me over. If you need a hand, call me over. Do something upside down. There we go. Do you need a hand? Oh, just legs up the wall. Yep. Yeah. So any inverted thing, just that. That's it. Yep. Just want to get the legs above the heart. So this is a good way to do it. You could do it that way. You could do a handstand. All sorts of ways to do it. But this is a nice, gentle, easy-ish way to do it. Jonna, I would do that with a blanket under your shoulders so you're not collapsing your neck. Do you ever do it with a blanket? Try, yeah. So so here's the thing. I mean, if you know your neck and you know your neck is okay like that, okay. So then I would absolutely do it with a blanket. Let me show you. Because when we're flat on the neck, again, if you know it doesn't bother you, okay, whatever, you're a grown up, do whatever you want. But when we erase that curve, when we're here, we're compressing the nerves in the neck. So come lay back. What's that?
I pillows all the time because my neck.
Okay. Well, then you should definitely do it this way. Head on the floor, shoulders on the blanket. So you're keeping that curve. Now go up and just see, it should feel a whole lot gentler on your neck. See how it feels. Kick up and over. Yeah, there you go. So then it's more in your shoulders and it's less compression in your neck. How's that feel? Yeah. Yeah. I really don't get too anal about telling people right way, wrong way, but with the cervical spine, especially if you've got stuff going on with it, like take care. Okay. If you're up, find your way back down. Yeah. If you want to stay another minute or so, John, that's fine. All right, good. And we're going to come back to our spot. So take your time, find your way back to your spot in the room. We'll do a little cool down. Just turn out the lights. Yeah, I shared blankets. I don't know whose blanket I took. Somebody's. Okay. Come to sit. Stretch your legs out in front of you. If your legs, the back of the legs feel tight, if your low back feels tight, sit up on a blanket for these last cool down poses. Reach under and take the flesh from under your sitting bones so that you feel really grounded on your pelvis, not on the muscles, but on the bones of your pelvis. And then pull your right knee in to your chest. Pull it in nice and close. Take your right arm inside your right leg. We're going to do an open twist. We're going to twist to the left. So take your left hand behind you. Yep, right elbows bend. You're sort of squeezing your leg and your arm, bracing against each other and twisting left. Okay, you can stay here. If you are done with binding, just stay where you are. You can also take this into a bind, wrapping your arm around the front of your leg, twisting left. If your shoulders are done, if your hips are done, just stay right where you are. I just offer it as an option. Then we're going to turn it to a forward bend. If you're in the bind, you can keep it. If you're not, you just turn head towards the knee. You can reach for your foot in front of you. You can keep the arms bound around the right leg. You can reach for you just have hands on the floor. You want your torso facing front as much as possible for this one. That's it. All right, if you've got the bind, just release, come on back up. Stretch out your right leg. Bring your left knee in. Left arm inside the left leg, palm to the sky, twist to the right, right hand behind. Squeeze your leg to your arm. Give it something to push against. So you can push with your left arm and twist a little more to the right. You can stay here, or you can snuggle your armpit closer to your thigh and wrap your right hand behind your back for the bind. Still in the open twist. You're right there, Donna. You have it. It was right there. There you go. There you go. Okay, good. And then turn towards your leg. You can keep the bind or release. Let your head move towards your left knee. If you're not in the bind, you can have hands on the floor. You can be reaching for your right foot. One more breath here. Let your head, your neck, your jaw soften. Inhale, come on upright. Slide the soles of your feet together. Instead of holding your toes, which creates a little torque in the knee, hold your ankles, sit up nice and tall. If your knees are really high, another way to do this is to tuck your hands underneath your heels. It just, again, lines up the bones of the lower leg with the upper leg. So you can try it that way, see how that feels. Good. And then spine long, hinge forward. Head towards your feet. Knees out wide. Close your eyes, turn inside. Turn to this awareness that all of life can be our teacher, whether we like the lessons we're learning or not. When we see life in that way, we are stepping into our power, into our wholeness. Inhale, come on up and come out onto your back for Shavasana. There's another pose that would feel good on the way down to help you soften, relax, release. Take a moment to do that. Stretch yourself out on your mat. Extend your arms and legs. Relax your feet, your toes, your calves, your knees. Let them soften. Relax your thighs, your hips, your pelvis. Soften your belly. Just feel the breath rising and falling gently, expanding as you breathe in, contracting as you breathe out. Let your shoulders relax, arms, fingers. Relax the muscles in your face, your eyes, your jaw. Smooth the skin on your forehead. Then turn inside. Draw the awareness deeper into your heart, to the wisdom and the truth is always flowing to you from the universe, from the absolute, the source of all being. Just open up to it. Gently now, let your breath deepen. Let your awareness rise back to the surface. Let your body stretch and move however it would like to. Slowly make your way back to seated. As you move into the rest of your day and your week, perhaps allow this shift in your awareness, this reminder that all of life can be our teacher, we can find blessings or lessons in whatever is flowing to us. Because whatever it is, it's coming in to teach us something. It's all just grist for the mill of our own awakening and our own enlightenment and our movement down the spiritual path that we find ourselves on. Bring your hands together in front of your heart. And so that we remember that we don't walk that path alone and we have the support of each other, of this community, of our practice. Let's close together with one Om. Deep breath in. Om. Namaste. Thank you all. Thanks for coming and for being my teachers and
Thank you,
participating
Rachel.
and showing up. Bye,
Rachel,
everybody.
hi.
Thank you, Rachel.
Is it possible to send to screenshot what you read before and send it over? It was beautiful.
Yes, I put it out. It's on my social pages if you're up there. I can, but I'll send it to you. Email me if I forget.
I will. Thank you
Yeah.
so much.
Yeah, no
Have a great
problem.
day.
You too.